Well, it's quite clear that basically every single person out there hates one particular feature of iOS 18. And now that we're on iOS 18.2, I want to kind of show you that still a lot of people have a really big concern about the Photos application, and rightfully so. Now, on my left iPhone is iOS 17. I think it's 17.7, but before iOS 17.7, it's been the same. And iOS 18.2 on my right side. Same exact phone, both iPhone 10Rs. And I want to show you the Photos application. Now, one thing I want to say is that some people actually do like the new, Photos app as far as I can tell, but there are some really big concerns that I have within it. Now, as you can kind of see, there is already some differences here. So when you look at the photos themselves, right, the right side is iOS 18.2, the left side is iOS 17, there is already some difference. So first of all, on the bottom, you don't have this tab at the bottom like you do have on the iPhone, on iOS 18.2 iOS 18.2 is slightly different. You can see there's no way to get into your albums or search from here. It's all kind of scattered throughout. Number one, for you to go ahead and see your For You or albums or favorites or anything like that, you essentially have to click X right here, and then you get to swipe down and see your albums and see your other things that you've done and pinned and all these other things. And then at the very bottom, you get to see your videos and stuff like that. Now, on iOS 17.2, I actually liked it more where I had to go through and click on my albums just because it was a way less scrolling. Right here, my albums were situated this way, which is a lot nicer than having all my albums stacked this way. And you can modify this, but this is just how it comes stock. And then my favorites and all that stuff is right here. It's very, very close. When I scroll down, you can see it's just there's so much stuff going on, right? And I feel like that in and of itself is an annoying thing. Although the same capability is there on both, I just don't like it how we have to go through and scroll so much to see that. Now, another problem that I have, right, and I've seen this with iOS 18.2 with the emojis too, is that with the emojis, they spaced them out and they made the emojis bigger. But within iOS 18.2's photo album, I think this was there since the original iOS 18, these texts right here are much smaller. You can see that these things are a lot bigger here to see your favorites or see recently deleted or anything like that. It's a much smaller box and I could easily scroll through this and not even see it. At least with my albums here, it was just kind of at the end and you can see it all right there, which is something I like. Now going back to the photos themselves, one issue that a lot of people were having that I was also having was clicking and scrolling through photos. So if we go inside of a photo, right, and we scroll through, things look normal, things are great. But when you get to a video, it was a very rocky experience. It was very, very weird. I have no idea what they were thinking with the video portion. Now they have since fixed that on iOS 18.2, where the video doesn't take up the whole display and it's much nicer. But that was kind of an annoying thing that was kind of going on there too. So that was something that a lot of people experienced, but that has now been fixed. You can still search for photos. So if you click here and you click here, you can still search for things. But even here, I feel like on an iPhone like an iPhone 10R, it's kind of too much, right? It's kind of too much power. It's too much animations and stuff like that. I just want to search for something. That's why I liked it on the iPhone 10, on the iOS 17, because it was just a little bit of a smoother experience. It didn't seem like it was kind of doing too much. And on an older iPhone like a 10R, you're going to start experiencing that kind of sluggishness. Now, it's still nice. It looks pretty good, but that was kind of an issue that you're going to experience. Now, you can still go through and click on these three dots up here if you want to, but you can even see here, they did different things. Like if you clicked on these three dots here, these three dots did something different than these three dots here. So that's where things get a little bit. So because that one is your account now, I think that's kind of what, Apple was kind of trying to do. But I also don't like that because before these three dots were here, now it's your account profile. You can still select photos, but it just seems a little bit different. I don't know why they had to add this here when it was a select button or the three dots there. I understand you had to, go and get access to your, photos, app and account stuff, but still, I think that was kind of a little bit different. Beyond that, though, I will say there are some features of the iPhone, on iOS 18.2, like the Photos application. I think I see what they were trying to do. They were trying to make it one display, everything is on one screen versus having separate tabs. And I think that is, that was a nice approach, but I feel like they should have done one thing at a time. I feel like they did so many things at the same time. And I feel like that in and of itself was kind of an annoying thing. Even editing photos, you can see the editing panel. It is a slightly different, which is kind of nice. You can see that it looks kind of the same, but there's some slights. You can see that here we had this, hidden photo album here. This one is not even there like that. You're getting the same type of feature set for the most part as well. But I will say there's some capability with the Photos app on 18.2 that's better, but I still think I prefer the Photos app on iOS 17. I think this one looks nicer, and that is kind of the one that I'd recommend. Probably more people, I think a lot of people miss this one when it comes down to it, rather than the iOS 18.2 one. So, from that side, that kind of covers it up there as well. If you have any other thoughts or questions, please let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.